What we're going to be looking at on this video, we're going to be looking at the business study, paper one. The past paper it was written in November 2024, and for those candidates that are writing National Senior Certificate or NCS. Information comes from Department of Education, so the past paper has been extracted from their website. What we're going to be focusing on in this video, our specific focus will just be on the instruction and information. We're not going to be answering any question. Answering of question will come on the subsequent videos. So what is important about this paper? This paper is made up of 150 marks and you'll have 2 hours to respond to 150 marks. It consists of 9 pages. You'll have a total of 9 pages. That means you will know that you are done reading this paper once you have approached or you have reached page number 9. So as I've said, our focus for today is instruction and information. Let's just read and analyze what is instruction and information and what you're supposed to do when you see instruction and information in the paper. My first guidance to you is that do not pause instruction and information in the main exam just because you feel like it's similar to what you read in your test or in your September exam. You have to read instruction and information and understand what it entails to you and what is in the instruction and information. It might be similar to what you've wrote. However, please make sure that you read instruction and information and you understand what is in there. Read the following instruction carefully before answering the question. The reason they're saying read carefully is because they do not want you to make assumption that what you see in 1 until 6 is the information that you've seen in the past. When you read the instruction and information, read as if you've never seen it before. Read as a person that has never seen such information before, so that you are making sure that everything that is there, it's carefully considered and you have read it with full understanding. Let us look at what we have in number 1. This question paper consists of 3 sections and covers 2 main topics. You can see here we have 3 sections. So section 1, section A, B, and C. Section B, it's compulsory. You have to answer everything that is sitting in section A. Every questions that are in section A need to be covered. Don't leave even a single part of question A that needs to be answered. Then section B consists of 3 questions. You need to answer only 2 of the 3 questions. So you understand, you will know during the year where are your strongest point. You know that you're strong in which section, and then you're going to have to ensure that you focus on the section that you are strong at. So out of those 3, you'll find the sections that you are strong on or the topic that you're strong on, and you need to select that 2. Then when you move to section C, it consists of 2 questions as well. However, you need to only answer 1 of the 2 questions in this section. Same thing, you're going to select the topic that you know you are strong at, and you're not going to answer the topic that you are not strong at. Then number 2, read the instruction for each question carefully and take note of what is required. As you read the instruction for each question, you have to be very carefully and highlight or mark what you are required. Note that only the answer to the first 2 questions selected in section B and the answer to the first question selected in section C will be marked. So what are they saying here? They're saying here in section B, you should not answer 3 questions, because if you answer 3 questions, they're only going to mark 2, and then it will be your first 2. So what will be the issue here is that you've decided to answer all the 3, but the last one is where you're going to score many marks. Now you'll find yourself not passing section B mainly because you ended up writing 3 and the third one was your strongest point. So that's the first part. And the second part is that you're going to waste the most valuable time by answering 3 questions when you should be answering only 2. It's same here. You are given 2 questions, but you should answer only 1. If you decide to answer 2 when you're required to answer 1, you will be wasting valuable exam time that you shouldn't be wasting. And you find out the first question that you answered, it's your weakest, and the second question that you've answered is your strongest. However, the markers will only mark the first one. So you lose marks because you've decided that you answered 2, and the second one, which will not be marked, is where you are stronger at, or at where you are going to earn more marks. Then we move to, we're done with 2 and we move to 3. Number the answers correctly according to the numbering system used in this question paper. No marks will be awarded for answers that are numbered incorrectly. So what do they mean? If they are saying in section B, you have 2.1 and 2.2. When answering section B, you need to state that this is section B, and then you're addressing 2.1 and start with your solution. And then when you're addressing 2.2, you need to show that you're addressing 2.2. You're going to mark 2.2 and address the answer, or provide the answer to the markers. So if it happens that you have not provided a numbering, they will not mark you because they will not know what are you trying to address. So make sure that you are using the numbering system that has been provided to you in the question paper when answering or providing the solution in your answer book. Number 4, except where other instructions are given, answer must be written in full sentence. So what does that mean? Unless they're asking you to respond with one word, you have to write everything in full. You write in full and you do not use the WhatsApp style of answering. You're writing in a professional way and it has to be in full. So it's very important that you ensure that it is in full and you are not answering in a way that you normally be answering when you're responding to WhatsApp. Number 5, use the mark allocation and the nature of each question to determine the length and the depth of the answer. For each and every question, you will have mark allocation or marks allocated to that question that you should use as a guide in terms of how many minutes you should spend there and what is the depth and length of the solution. You would have exercised that during the year to see how long you spend on each question. And if the question is broken down in different marks, that should guide you. For example, if you're given 2 marks, then you can see that you just have to address one point, not really one point, but one sentence or one solution. Obviously, it would be in a sentence form if you have 2 marks. But if you have 4 mark probable, you need to provide the qualitative expert and quantitative expert in the answer. And you get 2 marks for quantitative expert and 2 marks for qualitative expert. So use the marks that you're provided to help and guide you in terms of how far you can go for that question. And the time allocated to the question will also assist you to guide you. You see now you are going on for 30 minutes on a 10-minute question. That should give you an idea that you are providing more information which might not be needed. Then we're looking at number 6. They say use the table below as a guide for mark and time allocation when answering each question. This is your guide. However, you might find out that you're very strong with the compulsory question, which is objective type question. So in that case, you don't have to wait and spend 20 minutes. Save that time for B and C. If you can finish objective type question in 10 minutes, do it. If you can, but if you can't, then spend 20 minutes. Try not to diverge very further from 20 minutes in terms of spending more time. Then we are told, obviously, first question, as I've already stated, it's a complex question and you need to answer everything. It is also in question one. It's question one. Then three, it's three direct and indirect type question, and you have to choose any of the two, any of the three, but you choose two of them. So you are provided three questions, but you just need to choose two. As I've said already, do not decide to go ahead and answer three when you're asked to do two. The third one will not be marked and you'll be wasting valuable time. So when answering what you're going to be doing, if you decided to choose 3 and 4, you have to mark your solution as such. Do not say 2 and 3 because you will not be marked as stated. Use the numbering that you have been provided. So the numbering, it's question 3 and question 4. That's what you would have selected. Do not say question 2 when you're answering question 3. Then the last one, which is C, you have two essay type question. You need to choose one of the two. Do not go further and decide to write two essays because the second one will not be marked. It's the same thing. If you decide that you choose 6, your question should be marked as question 6 and you should not say 5. If you decide to do that, you might not be marked. And then marks allocation we are provided. For the essay, it's 40. For the direct and indirect type, it's 40. And then for your objective type, it's 30. And the marks allocation has already been provided on the other side as well. You have 30 for essay, 70 for direct and indirect, and then you have 20 for the objective type. So as you answer this question, if you feel like you are good in the essays that are provided, you can start with C. Answer C, and then once you're done, you check which one you're also stronger at. Is it B? Then you continue and do B. So why it will be useful for you to start with the points or with the questions where you are stronger. It will give you confidence in the exam as you write. Because the more you write things that you are confident with, it boosts your confidence in such a way, even those that you are not stronger at, you'll find yourself doing so well because now your confidence is at a very high level. And why it helps to keep aside the difficult part or the one that you're not good at last is for the reason if you don't finish the paper, you won't feel that bad because you know what you didn't finish are things that you are not that super strong on. Number 7, begin the answer of each question on a new page. E.g., question 4, new page, question 2, new page. So beginning on the new page is also assist you to start with any question that you want. Because you know that any question that you want will be on its separate page. Non-programmable calculator may be used. In the exam, you should not go and write with the programmable calculator. So programmable calculators are those calculators that normally stores the information which you can use to cheat in the exam. So you are not allowed to use programmable calculator. And your teacher would have told you during the year that do not use programmable calculator. Your teachers might possibly go around during the test and September exam to see which paper are you using, because they need to confirm that you are not using a programmable calculator. And the last part is that you write neatly and legible. The reason to do that is because the markers will not be sitting next to you and asking you what did you mean here or what did you write here. They can't see. If they can't see and no one in the exam marking room can see, unfortunately you will not be marked correct. So please make sure that you write very neat and legible. That means the next person can see what you wrote. There are people who generally do not have a very nice handwriting like myself, but you have to try during the year to ensure that your handwriting improves. If your handwriting does not improve, try to make sure that you write in very big handwriting so that at least it can be clear for marker to see. Don't write in a very small handwriting and have when you know you don't have a very good handwriting. So make sure that the markers are able to see what you have wrote, and in that way you stand a better chance to be marked correct and pass the paper. So this takes us to the last part of the instruction and information. On the next video, we will cover section 1, which is compulsory question. Thank you so much for listening up until this far. Can you please subscribe to my YouTube channel? It's Economics 199, and also follow me on TikTok. All the best, business starters, economics candidates. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Bye.